Tonight from the ABC 15 investigators, the chaplain knocked down and stabbed in a Florence prison yard. Now speaking out for the very first time about the attack and gruesome injury, only right here on ABC 15.
I just remember the pain in my leg was so awful. I mean, the femur literally broke in two.
Right now, investigator Melissa Blasius with the video and a deeper look into how this happened. She's uncovering new information about the accused inmate in crisis, the red flags ignored, the failures of Arizona's prison system, and how it's changed one man of God forever.
But first, a warning to our viewers. The video you're about to see may be difficult to watch.
Inside Florence Prison's central unit, Chaplain James Allen Miser, in his plaid shirt, walks across the yard headed to a religious service. The inmate, walking the opposite way, lashes out.
Never saw him coming.
We'll pause the video here. Chaplain Miser is stabbed at least 6 times and suffers a broken leg and head trauma. The 66-year-old remembers the whole attack.
My first thought was, are you serious? You're attacking the chaplain? Because that's just unheard of. Most, 99.9% of the inmates respect the chaplain.
But the accused inmate, Jonathan Reed, should have stood out from the other prisoners long before this moment. Reed exhibited warning signs of serious mental illness and had violent ideations for months, even years before the chaplain attack. Here's what Reed told investigators after the stabbing.
I was ignored. And how long was you ignored for? It went on for 2 or 3 months, December, January, February.
He'd been writing letters about being demonized and hearing voices for quite some time.
I would assume the chaplains are trained to distinguish when they see writings like this, that this is a sign of a mental health issue.
Yes. As a matter of fact, he had been recommended to mental health by a CO3 and by the chaplains.
One correctional officer noted she did call psych staff. In prison documents obtained from the internal investigation, others contain Reed's handwritten help requests, complaining rapper Lil Wayne wanted to put a curse on him, looking for a CIA agent that kills Satanists and also works in psychology, and saying he was in desperate need of prayer to heal demonic possession.
He literally wrote about stabbing somebody in the neck. He wanted to stab somebody in the neck.
I think he got me in the neck.
You laugh about it now.
Well, I can, but...
because you're still alive.
Exactly.
The prison's contracted health provider, Centurion, sent this email out to staff just hours after the attack saying a mental health needs request submitted by Reed in September, a full 6 months before the stabbing, was not seen or pinged by the mental health team. And these are the types of misses that can have devastating consequences.
Your investigation has found that this individual, he was asking for care. He knew something was wrong and kept putting in these requests, and it was as if they went into a black hole.
Corinne Kendrick is one of the attorneys from a decade-long federal lawsuit over Arizona prisoner medical services, including mental health care.
This summer, a federal judge issued a lengthy ruling in the case, saying that medical and mental health care in Arizona prisons is grossly inadequate and that it violates inmates' constitutional rights against cruel and unusual punishment.
ABC 15's search of prior court cases involving Reed found he stabbed a cellmate in federal prison 13 times with a homemade knife, was diagnosed as having schizophrenia, and had to be forcibly medicated in the past to be competent for court hearings. So for this man, it's not only a question of timely mental health response and treatment, but why he wasn't placed in a prison unit for people with serious mental illness.
That said, it's not an impossible problem to fix. It's just step 1 is the state admitting that there is a problem. And step 2, focusing their energy on fixing the problem.
When we met with Chaplain Miser and his wife 7 months after the attack, he still needed a cane to get around. He says the doctors tell him he may never fully recover, physically or mentally.
My neurologist says that I should not go back where there's inmates. That would be too much stress on me. So it feels like my prison ministry is pretty much over.
After 26 years, Miser says that's disappointing, frustrating, but he's hoping airing this story will bring change.
You would think that would stimulate them to review their processes and make sure that everyone gets what they need.
Including inmate Jonathan Reed.
He needed help, and he didn't get it.
So you don't blame him?
No, not one little bit.
Reed is now facing criminal charges related to the attack. ADCRR would not answer most of ABC 15's questions about the attack, saying that it needed to protect the medical privacy of both the chaplain and the inmate. The department did issue a one-line statement, though, saying the department continues to work closely with the court's appointed experts on the formulation of the framework governing the delivery of inmate health care. I'm investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC 15, Arizona.